Hey there, I'm going to read another excerpt from my book. This is one of the author's memories, which has her initials at the top. Ready. I remember DM. I remember my first impressions of you. You came barreling into the room at Bunko wearing shorts and a t-shirt in the middle of winter, your pregnant belly about to burst. You lived across the street and were the most helpful person I had ever met, doing for others before you were even asked. You said that you were so hot because of the baby. It was your second child, a daughter. You were from the South and retained some of your Southern drawl in your move to the Pacific Northwest. You taught me the difference between y'all and all y'all. A trained nurse, you were married to a doctor, but you had dedicated yourself to being a stay-at-home mother while the kids were small. You were a baby buff, loving any infants that came into view. If anyone was pregnant, you were there with maternity clothes to lend, tips to offer, and boy, oh boy, when that baby finally arrived, you were there with hands outstretched. Gimme, gimme. Your mama was the same way. There was no holding one's own baby when you or your mama were around. I remember when you saved me. I was always so miserable with my morning sickness, upchucking daily until birth both times. It was my eldest's birthday. At 4, she had overindulged in sweets and pizza and was red from running around. We got her to the powder room downstairs before she spilled her guts. However, it was not inside the commode where it splattered. Projectile, one could say. It wouldn't take much for my chunks to join her chunks as a new wallpaper of sorts, so I closed the door and phoned my husband, leaving a message that we would need to move, and I meant it. You came over and cleaned up that bathroom. It was no sweat for you. You'd cleaned up worse. I was forever grateful and knew that you were one of those once-in-a-lifetime champions who care more for others than they care for themselves. Whatever people were going through, you placed yourself in between them and the hardship, a balancing buffer to help in the cause. A death, a cancer diagnosis, you were always on top of the news and gave the rest of us updates. You were always the initiator of the meal train campaign to help out whoever needed it. The nursing profession pulls the very best people of humanity, and those who sign up are selfless to the core. I hope the universe puts plenty of babies into your loving arms, even if it's just for a nuzzle.